Welcome to the third episode of my Stardew Valley Beginner's Guide. We are now in fall, and fall is an interesting season. If you did spring and summer well, then fall is only really busy in the beginning, and then it calms down really fast. Before we get started, if you are new to my channel, please do consider hitting subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and if you haven't already, check out my spring and summer guide. Alrighty, let's get started. Day 1 of fall will start off just like any other of the seasons. We need to go buy some seeds for the community center and some other seeds that can make us a ton of money. Since we already planted corn in summer and corn grows in both summer and fall, we should already have some corn to donate to the community center. Otherwise, you should buy at least 1 eggplant seed and 1 yam seed for the community center. Then, with the rest of your money, buy as many pumpkin seeds as you can. You can go the cranberry route if you prefer to. Cranberries will regrow and continue to produce crops for you, but pumpkins will sell for more for each crop. Both options are good. If you have preservation bins or kegs laying around, you should go the pumpkin route because you can just make even more money using pumpkins. I usually get pumpkins in my first year because we do need 5 gold quality pumpkins for the quality crops bundle. So then I can make money with the other pumpkins and have a better chance of getting gold quality pumpkins for the community center. If you have followed my spring and summer guides, you will probably have tons of hops and kegs just ready to make you some pale ale. Always try to increase the amount of kegs that you have because they will always be of value, especially as you get further into the game and start to produce crops that sell for more. Starfruit wine sells for an absurd amount of gold, so investing in kegs early is a must. Remember to continue to turn all of your hops into pale ale, as this will be your main source of money until your first batch of pumpkins are ready. The way I played this playthrough, I have never had enough gold to finish the vault bundle and restore the bus. You can restore it much earlier if you play spring differently. Check out my video on how you can unlock the bus and get to the skull cavern within spring while still completing the community center bundles. The link is in the description below. However, I did restore the vault early in fall and unlocked access to the desert and the skull cavern. Getting access to the desert as soon as possible is quite important because then we get access to starfruit and iridium ore. The vault bundle will cost a total of 42,500 gold, which seems like a lot, but it's actually quite easy to get if you prepare and fish a lot. Alrighty, let's quickly talk about the fish that you need to catch in fall to complete the community center. Fall is a little bit of a strange one. Most of the fish that you want to try and get in fall for the community center can only be caught when it is raining. So, as soon as it's raining, make sure you are ready to fish for the entire day. Always make sure you have bait and at least a fiberglass fishing rod. Trust me, it makes a huge difference. You will need to catch a catfish right in front of Emily's house. You can actually catch the catfish during spring, but they are a little bit tricky to catch. So if you miss the catfish during spring, you can catch one now during fall as well. The same is true for the eel. You can catch the eel in the ocean during spring and fall, but again, they are tricky to catch. By the time fall arrives, you will probably be at a higher fishing level and it might be easier. So if you miss the eel in spring, you get a second chance now in fall. The walleye is a fish that can only be caught during fall when it is raining. So this is a fish you definitely need to try and catch during fall, otherwise you will have to wait an entire year to try and catch it again. You can find the walleye in rivers or by the lake by the mines. The walleye is pretty easy to catch, but it is a night fish that can only be found around 12 p.m. till 2 a.m. There are a bunch of other fish that you can catch in fall, but most of the easier ones you probably already caught in summer or spring. Naturally, if you did miss any of them, now is your chance to get them before winter starts. Alrighty, after a couple of days, you will have all the crops you need for the community center, all of the fish, and all of the forageables. I managed to finish the pantry, as well as the fish tank bundle quite easily into the season, meaning starting on the 16th of fall, I can get my greenhouse started, meaning the only bundle I have left is the bulletin board, which is always the last bundle that I complete. Completing the community center early is not that tough if you always have the community center in the back of your mind. With some good planning, you can complete it quite easily. To complete the bulletin board, I recommend purchasing a rabbit as soon as possible because you will need a rabbit's foot to complete the enchanter's bundle. The rabbit's foot is pretty rare and it will take quite a while to get your rabbit's foot unless you are very lucky. I didn't get mine during fall, but hopefully I will get it during winter. You will also need some truffle to complete the chef's bundle, so definitely buy a pig. You will probably buy one anyway because they are so incredibly profitable. They cost 16,000 gold each, which sounds expensive, but the pig will quickly pay for itself, so buy one of them, or two, or even 20. You'll also need to upgrade your farmhouse at least once, so you can get access to the stove to make some cooked food. It costs 10,000 gold and 450 wood to fully upgrade your farmhouse. Then you need to buy the recipe to make maki at the Stardew saloon. You need to cook 1 egg and 1 serving of maki for the bulletin board. There are also some fruit that you will need to complete the bulletin board. I did pick at the fruit bat cave because they have a chance of giving you the fruit that you will need to complete the bundles. But I don't really like relying on luck and chance, so I always buy one of each type of tree within fall and plant them in my greenhouse. You only really need an apple tree and a pomegranate tree for the bundles, but I just like to buy one of each. If you are going for the profit, the best tree to buy is definitely the pomegranate tree until you get access to Ginger Island. Unlocking the greenhouse before winter is a must, and if you have a good chunk of extra gold, you should always buy as many starfruit seeds as you can. They cost 400 gold per seed, but they sell for a ton, so it's definitely worth it. Each starfruit will sell for 750 gold, but if you turn it into wine, it will sell for 3,000 gold. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. I just filled the rest of my greenhouse with pumpkins because I could only buy that many starfruit seeds. The Skull Cavern. There is a lot to do in fall, but not as much as spring and summer. So, in fall you can spend a lot of time in the Skull Cavern. I was extremely lucky and found my prismatic shard on floor 40 of the regular mines while I was grinding for coal. Unfortunately, I was not recording at the time, but yeah, it was incredibly lucky. For the Skull Cavern, I am pretty much trying to find as much silver, coal, and iridium as possible because I want to upgrade my stuff as soon as possible. Most people focus very hard on getting as many iridium sprinklers as possible, but I tend to focus my efforts on getting as many crystallariums as possible. These things are insanely useful. It is true that iridium sprinklers are very important, but since the next season is winter, we don't really need the sprinklers yet. Instead, I would rather focus on crystallariums for now and try to duplicate as many jades as possible. Since there are a few bundles that can only be completed in winter, the rest of fall will mostly just be money making and adventures in the Skull Cavern. Just remember to head over to the Secret Woods every day to get some hardwood. We are going to need that hardwood in winter. Fall is quite an easy season, especially if we did the previous seasons well. With most of the bundles complete, hopefully we can complete the community center in the beginning of winter and then get access to Ginger Island by mid-winter. By the end of fall, I made a total of 400,000 gold, which isn't that much, but our farm has an established infrastructure and is ready for success. Thank you so much for watching this video. I must say, it's quite fun to start over on a fresh playthrough and just do these things again. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, and hey, why not subscribe while you are here? And as always, I will see you in the next video.